Hey, chat. Did you hear about the new N64 game? It's crazy. They revealed a new Nintendo 64 game. It's Beatles 64. Really? Martin Scorsese made a Nintendo 64 game. That was the first thing I thought of when I saw the title of this. I was like, you know, that association is just, you can't escape that. I'm excited to see it. I mean, I'm a big Scorsese fan, and I feel like, you know, they've done a lot of good things. He did a George Harrison documentary that was good, and we'll see. We'll see if it captures how insane things were. I mean, if you don't know what it was like, it was weird because it was kind of like, and they cover this in Anthology and a lot of other like books and documentaries, and I obviously wasn't alive in 1964, but it was like the year after JFK got shot. It was like when the Beatles came to America. Actually, 63 is kind of when they really started like getting popular, and there was a lot of like repressed emotions, and it was like still post-war, and everything was all like buttoned up, and suddenly just people used the Beatles as an excuse to go insane. And it was kind of, I mean, the thing is, Elvis kind of had that effect too, and he thrusted his pudenda like a crazy person on TV. And the Beatles just were funny, and they said stupid things, and they sang their songs that were very catchy. And when they did live shows, they couldn't even hear themselves play because people were screaming so loud. It's just one of those weird moments in time. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the stream tonight. What has a lot to do with the stream tonight is I'm going to be playing Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake. Has a nice ring to it, and I'm excited to check it out. And then I'm just going to play some random stuff that I've accrued over the past year. And that includes Progress Bar 95, as well as this other game involving gnomes and knights. So just going to play a bunch of stuff and see how the night goes. Wanted to mention I also finished, I finished Uzumaki. So I finished reading it. And, okay, I loved it. I read, like, I think 3 chapters, and then I read, like, almost 2/3 of the book. And then I didn't read it again for, like, a week or 2 weeks about. And then I just finished today. I read the rest of it. And I think it's a phenomenal piece of work. And it's very genuinely unsettling. It gets goofy. At the end, there was a couple moments it got kind of goofy. I don't want to spoil it necessarily, but it was kind of like, all right, here's all this horror stuff that's genuinely unsettling and really interesting, and then here's a bunch of chuckle fucks riding tornadoes. So that was funny, but then it got really disturbing again, and then it was just bleak, and I loved it. I did watch the rest of it too. Like, I watched the remainder. I know Junji Ito is a silly man, I've learned. And I'll probably read more of his stuff, but I did watch the rest of that show. Kind of just had it on in the background while I was, you know, cleaning up and playing some guitar. And it wasn't great. And some of the plot lines were just like speed ran through. And, you know, there was like the spring dude with the spring. It's like, what did you get? 2 seconds of it. What do you think of the non-canon Galaxy chapter? Confusing, because I didn't know what was going on, but I ended up thinking it was very interesting. It was cool. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if you're going to talk about spirals, Spiral Galaxy is a great way to do it. Read Long Dreams. Cool. Also, hey, Chuck. definitely look into some more of Ito's other works. But yeah, the show itself, I'll just say, obviously episode 1 is amazing and it inspired me to read this, so I'm grateful that it exists. Episode 2 looks pretty bad, and then 3 and 4 they just speed run the rest of the story, and the visuals are, I mean, I know they ran out of budget, I know that their producers on their ass and it ruined the whole thing, but it does still kind of cover some stuff to the point where you can understand what's happening, but it's definitely not the best way to experience the story. So I'm glad I actually ended up reading it first and then watching the rest of it, because it was mediocre, the show, aside from episode 1, which was outstanding. So, Vinny, are you okay now? True story, I had a headache. I just, I don't know if it was the alcohol, which I didn't drink very much of, or if I had a bit of a cold. I think it was a cold. And also the weather's been, all over the place. So, I think, this morning I woke up kind of stuffy and with a headache. I'm like, is this a hangover? From, a little bit of shitty rum? How's that even possible? But I'm okay. It was the Jenkem fentanyl combo. That is it. That is it. Joel saying fentanyl has been stuck in my head today, so. Vinny, when will UFO 64 come back? Probably next week. The shit cannon was the most hilarious thing of the night, aside from me literally changing the text in real time and no one caring enough to dispute it. But I fucking, that was an insane night. All right, let's do a little Dragon Quest, shall we? Let me check this game out. Thanks for joining tonight, chat. I hope everyone is doing okay, and glad you chose my stream to watch, unless you have 10 tabs open. Vinny, did you see Square Enix announced $1,000 plus FF7 figurines? What? Can you link me to that? I don't see $1,000 figures. Did you see the official Cloud McDonald shirt? Yeah, hang on a second. Well, there's a whole line of McDonald's shirts, it seems like. So you got this one, right? You got, you got Tifa at Taco Bell, and these are totally, they got to be real because Jeff posted them, so that they have to be real. I don't know what chat's talking about with $1,000 plus figures, but I didn't really do the most thorough Google search. So, but yeah. If you find them, let me know, chat. But for now, I'll just put that on the back burner.